Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing Battlestar Galactica. This is Season 1, Episode 10, titled The Hand of God. So I'm guessing the religious aspects of the series are really gonna come to the forefront, or at least they're gonna dive into it here in this episode. And yeah. The previous one was pretty damn interesting. So a lot of levity, and got a little bit frustrated during the episode with what was going on. But I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen here going forward. So yeah, but I could get into other stuff as well and talk about theories and whatnot. But let's just watch it, and then I'm sure I'll have plenty to say about it afterwards. But before I jump into it, I do want to ask you guys to, as per usual, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video, throw in a comment. It really helps out when you do that. And you can also check out the Patreon page where you can watch the uncuts, of course, sync it up to your own copy of the episode, but also you can watch ahead. I'm several episodes ahead with Battlestar Galactica over on Patreon. So if you want to watch ahead, link down in the description, and there's also a pinned comment telling you exactly how far ahead I am. There we go. Battlestar Galactica, Season 1, Episode 10. Just had a brain fart. Here we go.
I can assure you the fuel shortage is our #1 priority. Galactica
Fuel shortage.
Scouring the nearby star system.
Well, that was bound to happen.
Isn't it a fact, Madam President, that we only have enough for 2 more jumps?
Yes, that is correct.
Shit. Snake?
Madam President, without fuel to take even the most basic evasive maneuvers...
No,
Oi, this is not good.
that is all for now.
Okay. People are gonna start talking, because that was weird.
This is gonna take 100 years.
Yeah, I heard about how you found water, how you saved the whole fleet. Yeah, I love it.
Maybe don't punch the computer. Oh.
Jackpot!
Oh.
Earth, that asteroid, that...
Maybe that helped.
Silence.
What? Oh, no.
What's crawling with them?
The only Tylium within 12 light years, and we gotta kiss it goodbye.
Yeah, along their asses if we don't get out of here fast.
Ah, damn it. Celebrated too early. They got a whole ass base down there? Damn. But they did talk about in the previous or the one before that, like how the Cylons, they're most likely gonna be looking or going places where there are resources. And that's where they're sending their reconnaissance ships and so on.
Figures the Cylons would be sitting on the only source of fuel within our reach.
Figures.
Staking out every waterhole in the desert.
Only this time
yeah,
it's a
exactly.
lake with enough Tylium to last.
Staking out every waterhole in the desert.
How are we gonna get our refinery ship?
We take the Tylium from the Cylons.
Of course.
This is hardly a time to attack a superior force.
It's exactly the time.
Because they're not going to be expecting it.
Rumor mill has it that you're planning an op.
Captain Adam and Colonel Ty are working on the plan now, and I need some serious out-of-the-box thinking.
Out of the box is where I'm
Right person for that job.
I've been taking Kamala for a medical condition.
So what have you seen?
Oh, that's what's doing the hallucinations things.
How many?
About a dozen.
A few snakes, not so bad. A dozen snakes? Ooh, that's not good.
Pythia wrote about the exile and the rebirth of the human race, and the Lord's anointed a leader to guide the caravan of the heavens to their new homeland.
Good.
But the new leader suffered a wasting disease and would not live to enter the new land.
Oh.
You're not dying, are you?
Well, now that you ask. Okay, that's interesting.
I want Starbuck in here because she's not weighed down by conventional thinking. All due respect, gentlemen, we're not as crazy as she is.
At position code Deacon, we'll need 3 civilian freighter ships to use as decoys.
Decoys? Shit.
Without the base, they'll be unable to rearm, refuel.
We'll mop them up, and then we'll take the Tylium.
What happens to the crews on the civilian?
Yeah, what about the decoy ships?
It'll cost us.
So it's either this or run out of fuel and be annihilated.
Sometimes you have to roll the hard 6.
Roll those dice. Better roll a nat 20.
Specifically, you need to hit the staging tanks for the refined Tylium precursor. It's a lot more unstable than the fuel itself.
And where would they be?
I need your advice on this one. Oh, come on, you must have an inkling where I should tell them to bomb.
No, but God does.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
He only wants your love. Open your heart to him and he'll show you the way.
It'd be a lot simpler if he came out and told me.
It'd be a lot simpler.
Why, what are you going to do?
I said relax.
All right, but please don't.
Where would the staging tanks be, Doctor?
Just open your heart, man.
There. Right there. Hit any one of them and place a got like 3 kiloton bomb.
Great. That all sounded like pure guesswork.
Okay, I'm sorry you're not suiting up. Because believe me, everyone would feel so much better, me included, if you were riding along with us. But this isn't an ego trip. And don't think for one moment that I will not get it done.
I hope so, because we've got one shot. Don't frack it up by overthinking.
I get why she's bitter, but it's not his fault.
We're still alive. Why nobody else?
Probably a holdout in their fallout shelters or something.
Maybe. Were all the bodies then? If yeah.
2 ways out and a lovely view. It could be better.
Feather bed and silk comforter.
Yeah, why not hide out in a house with an actual bed instead of in a barn?
Belonged to your grandfather. My mom bought it for him when he was in law school. Dad used to carry that into court cases. Claimed he never lost. Unless he left it behind.
So you're worried too?
Of course.
You know, sometimes it feels like the whole ship thinks Starbuck would do better.
I don't.
How can you be so sure?
Because you're my son.
I'll bring it back.
You better.
You better, yeah.
Kick your ass. It's a good lighter.
Oh, that was a good moment. Whoa.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Right now.
Wait a minute, I saw her on my lap. I saw her blood spill on my lap.
Let's move, mister.
Mister.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of there.
The Cylons have seen the freighter.
They took the bait. Mr. Gaeta, launch Strike Force 1.
Aye, sir.
Took the bait. How many of them are there? Oh, shit, how many of the pilots are we gonna lose?
Our attack force is away.
I just hope that Lee can...
Lee isn't the problem. You should take a good look at yourself.
Whoa.
All you can do now is wait and hope you didn't make any mistakes.
I never wanted this kind of responsibility.
The Cylons never asked us what we wanted.
Too late.
The Cylon patrol spotted our attack force. The base sent out 50 more raiders to intercept.
50.
Weren't the decoys supposed to take care of that?
Cylons are too smart for that.
Then what? What now?
I'm hit! Center, 2 bandits closing your right side. Don't join!
Oh, come on.
Strike 1 Galactica, return to base. Repeat, abort your mission and return to base.
Cylon Strike Force is turning away from Deacon and inbound to Galactica.
Damn it. Just all of them now.
Does that mean the first wave of raiders is ignoring the decoys and is coming after us?
That's exactly what it means.
What the frack?
There are no reserve Vipers. Everything is on the board already. Now we play for all the marbles. Starbuck, it's your plan.
Alright, something we don't know.
Will you please tell Dee to get on the scrambler and inform Apollo the back door is open?
Aye, Lieutenant.
Ah, okay. Ah, smart. Okay. Those ships were fake decoys, and then the other Viper squad, that was like the actual decoys. In a way.
I routinely restrict tactical details to those who need to know. Old habits die hard.
So you still might pull this off.
If Dr. Baltar's target information is correct.
Yeah. Ooh, yikes. Evade, evade. Oh, frick.
Firing.
Come on, cat. What the? Oh, shit. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, shit. Prax. No, cat.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna take a closer look.
Those are some impressive maneuvers. Alright, Apollo, what are you looking for?
Oh no, don't do this, Lee. The conveyor tunnel's clear. I'm going through it.
Your what?
Into the conveyor tunnel, hoping it'll lead him to the refinery.
Has he gone raving mad? There's no way to ensure it does anything of the kind.
Just another wild guess. Woo! This is like a crazy video game mission. Now, is that going to work? Oh yeah, seems like it. Certainly had the intended effect.
You can tell Dr. Baltar he was right on the money. It's one hell of a fireworks show.
And there's plenty of more for us back in the canyon once this place is history.
Wow, okay. That was 1 in a million. Oh, and that music as well. It's actually very Bear McCreary, I would say.
Wasn't sure the crazy ass plan of yours could even possibly work.
You deserve this.
Whoa. Oh, that's big. Nope. Nice to see some happiness and celebration for once. And he brought back the lighter.
Have you read the Pythian prophecy, guys? All of this has happened before.
Oh.
All of this will happen again.
There it is again.
So the outcome favored the few. It led to a confrontation at the home of the gods.
Okay.
You did well. You gave yourself over to him.
By taking a wild guess.
I am an instrument of God.
Okay, so now he's just really buying into it. Got it. What's that gonna do to his ego? I am an instrument of God. It's guiding my hand. But yeah, alright, there we go. Hand of God. Mostly then, yeah, referring to Gaius, him talking to number 6 and how he should open his heart and just give in to God and let him, well, let God guide him in his actions. He was, well, yeah, he was just taking a wild guess, and when it came to like attacking the base and pointing at like where they were supposed to attack, but you know, doesn't matter if it was just a guess or if God truly guided him, because the outcome, yeah, they got it, or well, they destroyed the base, and now they can get some more fuel that will last them several years, it seems like. So, whew, they really dodged the bullet there, because damn, they were fucked down to like 5% fuel reserves. They only had a couple of more jumps in them, and it was a case of, okay, we're looking around, we're trying to find this fuel, or what can be processed into fuel, And there was no point to, like, as soon as they saw, okay, we found some, but the Cylons are guarding it. There was no point to just looking elsewhere and keep wasting fuel on that, because most likely the Cylons, they were gonna be like everywhere where there is a waterhole in the desert. So they might as well just give it their all, just put everything on red, so to say, just like, gamble it all here and now. All our resources, our best minds, we have to think out of the box as well. And that was also quite interesting how they came up with a plan and they told a part of that plan or a version of that plan to the president, but still kept the cards close to them, or Adama did. Adama and Starbuck, I guess, because they were the ones who were, like, more of them as well. Apollo and the pilots, they would have to be in on it, otherwise they wouldn't be able to be in position. But it was interesting how still, and it's something that I've mentioned before, and I've said something akin to all rules out the window. I didn't mean it like that when it comes to military protocol. It's just some of the rules and some of the stuff that they have been doing, and there has been good reasons for them in the past, could maybe be re-examined, and you don't need to adhere to them as strictly, but some of the stuff with the military protocols, it still makes a lot of sense, because they're still doing these military actions, and they are still, the Galactica at least, like a military ship with military personnel. So what I meant in the past, like, for example, with the fraternization rule, I get how that can still be an issue, but like the rules have also somewhat changed with the situation that they're in, where there is, like, that's it when it comes to humanity, and they're always on that ship, they're always amongst each other, and it's hard not to say, like, you can't fraternize with anyone who are, like, around you and with you, and they have to go to civilian ships to meet someone. Is there time for that? And like, it's still, like, big picture wise, it's just small things, but that's always what I've meant with, like, maybe re-examining some of the rules when it comes to it. But either way, I'm getting off course now. It worked out here. They kept the whole plan a secret or not. Like, the plan was then good. It worked. They were supposed to, by the plan that we heard and the president heard, they were supposed to send in these civilian ships as decoys, but they ended up not really being the decoys. The first Viper squad was the decoys, the first attack squad, and then the Galactica itself. And then all of these Cylon raiders just came after them, and it seemed like there was a lot of raiders. It's impressive that they were actually able to beat them, even if they, like, destroyed the base. I thought it was going to be a bigger issue to get rid of all the fighters, but apparently not. Like, they just started scrambling, and then it was just a case of, we need to mop them up. And yeah, just overall really, really risky plan, and I love a lot of the character moments that we got leading up to it. Everything between Adama and Starbuck, and, well, I guess also Adama and Apollo. There's just something about the moments between those characters, and I love seeing, you know, father-son bonding sessions. I guess you could also call it here in this one, and him giving him the lighter and talking about his dad, and, you know, it's for luck. He took it with him. He made a pretty ballsy call. There was a pretty ballsy move, just flying through that tunnel, not knowing where it would end up, but it did get him where he needed to go, and then he could see the target, and boom. Success. Mission accomplished. That was absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic how they now have fuel again. And yeah, it's also still, like, so interesting with all the religious stuff and between number 6 and and Gaius, and how much of it is predestined. And then you go back to these old, like the old scripture that we also got with President Roslin, and these visions that she's getting with the snakes and the numbers there, and just like how I can't remember the exact quote. I should by now, but like the whole thing with like all of this has happened before and it will happen again. So what they're reading here, it seemed like it's a predetermination thing, or it's like it's predestined, but has it happened before? Like, yeah, I'm just can't wait to actually get into more of that, because it is really intriguing. But I am going to need some more explanations before I can truly wrap my head around it. So now I'm just waiting for more information, as I said. And then we've, as usual, also got a few scenes on Caprica with Hilo and Sharon, and still running from the Cylons, hiding out in a barn. And yeah, there's definitely something going on with Sharon and her vomiting. Is it just because she's not been taking the meds, or just all the conflict that's going on inside of her with her programming or whatnot? Yeah, I'm curious to see, as I've said many times before, where everything is going with these two. And I'm also curious about like how did they just film everything that's going on Caprica? Did they film that in one go, or are they just returning each? Because it's like we don't get a lot of it each episode. It's just a couple of scenes. Like the most of the time is spent with the fleet. So yeah, I don't know. That's like a behind the scenes thing. I'm sure some of you guys out there will be more than willing to tell me how they made all of this, or like how they structured it with filming what and when and where and yada yada. But anywho, yeah, I am, as per usual, completely exhausted after watching an episode of Battlestar Galactica, so I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and see you in a week's time or so. Yeah, ish. So say we all. Bye.